Be inspired by the solutions of 3 startups that are reshaping the mobility of tomorrow. Accenture is pleased to welcome Compredict, Reparcar, and Eiravato for short, impactful presentations on the design of different circular approaches for mobility products and services. This Movin'On Startup Booster will be followed by a masterclass on how to economically achieve clean transport. This interactive session will uncover ways to realize cleaner transportation without compromising on costs.
Today, we need to and build tomorrow's mobility, a more sustainable kind of mobility. To accelerate the movement, we created the Movin'On Startup Booster to support promising startups. Our objective is to boost their network, visibility, and business. This year, with 16 Movin'On partners, we have decided to focus on 4 priorities for sustainable mobility. Support the energy transition towards decarbonization, improve safety through connected solutions, optimize people's journeys, design circular approaches for mobility products and services. To move from ambition to action, we selected 12 startups whose innovations provide solutions to these challenges. Welcome to this flash talk focusing on designing circular approaches for mobility products and services. Our partner Accenture, represented today by Jean Cabanes, will explore this topic with 3 startups: Compredict, Eiravato and Reparcar.fr.
Hi everyone, I'm very pleased to host this flash talk on circular design approaches. Joining me for this interview, let me introduce you to Stéphane Foulard, founder from Compredict. Compredict provides AI-based virtual sensors for health and usage monitoring of vehicles. And let me also introduce you to Marcin Kulik, CEO of Eiravato. Eiravato is a software platform addressing waste management. And let's finish by Alexandre Gauthier, the CEO of Reparcar. Reparcar is a digital marketplace for automotive aftermarket, second-hand spare parts. Stéphane, related to the circular economy approach that unites you all, can you tell me what are the problems you're able to solve and your solution concept?
Of course, yeah. Thank you very much now for the introduction. Let's say the circular approach is at the core of the mission of Compredict. With our cloud-based software as a service, we close the loop between vehicle development and usage, going through wear prediction, maintenance, and vehicle health check. With our AI-based visual sensor technology, we can measure almost everything in a vehicle, like loads, temperatures, brake, wear, or the usage profile of a given car. We can generate insights that are usually not available as such in a vehicle. With the insights of our visual sensors, coupled with machine learning and our health and usage analytic, we help mobility providers to understand customers' behaviors, choose the optimal vehicles, and minimize failure risk. If you look at it from a broader perspective, this means, for instance, vehicle development tailored to the customer usage that leads to lighter vehicles and less consumption.
Thank you, Stéphane. Marcin from Eiravato, you're fully integrated in the product lifecycle on waste management. What problems are you solving and how?
Yeah, we solve several problems, but to talk closer about problems, let me just say a few words about how the waste is currently managed. So the current waste system has been designed as a principle with the linear economy. So this all starts from really waste classification, which is very basic at the moment. So the first challenge that we're trying to solve is to bring knowledge into the waste and really try to apply our waste classification to productize waste and to really get understanding and transfer waste from a nuisance into opportunity. On top of that, we help companies to find the partners and collaborate better, because circular economy is not just role of one company, it's a collective effort. So we help different partners within circular economy to understand what is their job to assure that we have the highest quality resource at the end. We also help track and trace materials, and we certify life cycle of that materials using blockchain to make sure that we extract the highest quality materials and we deliver materials that are required by the industry. So in Eiravato, we're trying to design this 360 platform that helps to make circular economy commercial and sustainable. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Alexandre, for Reparcar, what is the main challenge you meet in the circular economy of reuse car parts?
Yeah, at Reparcar, we face several main challenges. One of them is availability, because as you can imagine, we can't create reuse car parts. So if it doesn't exist, we cannot make it. So we need to gather a lot of sellers in order to help them to digitalize their stock and bring them visibility online in order to make circular economy cars accessible and visible on internet. We also have another strong challenges, which is the image of used car part and dismantling companies. Unfortunately, for some people, buying used car part is like playing Russian roulette. You will never know what you get. And that's also a job to make sure that we select the right seller and they will provide the best part without any issues. And we also provide them data and e-commerce expertise in order to help those companies to improve their process and their services. And then we have several other challenges like logistic or insurance, but I'm sure we will be able to speak about them with the partners during the summit.
Thank you, Alexandre. So thank you all for this explanation of your solution. I think we should enlighten our audience on profit and value creation and explain them the viability of the circular economy and its economic impact in your context. Marcin, if you want to start.
Yeah, sure. So I always repeat that circular economy, the keywords in circular economy is the economy, and the circular is only adjective. And the area of waste has been standing there unexplored for many years, and I believe that there is huge commercial potential to actually revisit waste, rethink waste, and productize it. So with our solution, with Eiravato, companies can actually look deep into their waste streams, understand what is the potential of material harvesting, partner, build resilient partnership that can extract those materials in the highest quality possible, as high quality that these materials can actually compete with the virgin materials. And with us, it's all about economics. It's all about quantifying the results, understanding what will be financial impact and environmental impact. And our customers working with our solution, they are able, starting from very low numbers, like 3% of material extraction, mostly cardboard, they are able to extract even 80% of their materials in favor of circular economy, sell those materials and generate a minimum of 150% positive balance. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcin. What about you, Alexandre, at Reparcar?
Actually, we create value for all stakeholders in the industry, for mechanics, for instance, because they can find easily and quickly the parts they need on the website. And as they are using circular economic car parts, they can reduce the cost of the bill for their customer. So the customer is really happy because he will spend less for his car budget. And for the mechanic, it's really good as well because his customer is happy and he can fidelize him. We also create value for sellers, of course, because we help them to improve their sales online, so they are making more revenue. And we are bringing them from local store to a national store, and tomorrow to a global store, so they will sell everywhere in France and in Europe. And then we also create value for as circular economy for car parts, because when we use circular economy car parts, we reduce the consumption of raw materials. And even sometimes a car who couldn't be repaired with new parts because it would be too expensive can be fixed with circular economy car parts. So it reduces waste for cars and extend a car's life.
Thank you. And Stéphane, for Compredict?
So, well, our platform is already deployed and used daily by car makers and telematics providers. I can give you one particular use case as an example, which is actually related to development fleets of car makers. During development, car makers are using so-called test vehicles to prove and validate their design. To make decisions, they equip test vehicles with additional hardware and sensors. A fully equipped vehicle costs up to $750,000. So only a few are equipped, sometimes only one or two, which leads to a small statistical phases and at the end forces the car makers to over-design cars. With our virtual sensor, we can turn every test vehicle in a fully equipped test vehicle without the need to use any additional hardware. This way, we can turn 10, 100, 1,000 test vehicles into fully equipped test vehicles within seconds. On the one hand, we reduce test vehicle costs by up to 90%. On the other hand, we do generate a good statistical basis to make better design decisions. Our vision is to use this technology also in series production vehicles so that every vehicle becomes a test vehicle. Indeed, we consider that vehicle usage insights will be an essential part of sustainable vehicle lifecycle in order to maximize utilization and at the same time to minimize environmental footprint.
Thank you. Again, a lot of value creation with the circular approach, and really thanks a lot for this responsible business you're leading. Now, let's talk about your next steps and take advantage of your audience a bit today. Alexandre, if you had one message, which one would it be?
Well, we have proved our solution works because now thousands of parts are sold every month on Reparcar. And now we are entering a new phase for our company. And because we want to do it at a larger scale. So we want to expand to refurbish or remanufacture car parts. We want to expand to B2B and we want to expand to Europe. So I'm sure that we will be able to talk with the partners at Movin'On during the summit in order to find business to do.
Thank you. What about you, Stéphane, on Compredict?
So, well, Compredict is actually a tech startup with a bunch of enthusiastic engineers, and we are addressing a really complex technical field, but with a clear step-by-step strategy. And even if our vision will need a few years to become reality, we could already prove our technology, achieve 2 fundraisings, and our business is growing. In a nutshell, we are looking for clients, partners, and investors sharing our vision and believing like us that data is not only the next goal, but also an enabler for a cleaner and more sustainable mobility.
Thank you. And Marcin on Eiravato?
Yes, waste is not a very sexy area. However, we know that it's also uncharted area that can help hugely to contribute to net zero targets. And we as a startup, we are looking for partners, we are looking for customers, we are looking for people and organizations that can buy into our vision and really recognize that there is a huge potential commercially and environmentally in waste. So yeah, we're looking for collaborations. Thank you.
Okay. Time flies, and we have to conclude on this Startup Flash Talk on designing circular approaches for mobility product and services. Thank you again, Stéphane Foulard, founder of Compredict, Marcin
Thank
Kulik,
you too.
CEO of Eiravato, Alexandre
Thank you.
Gauthier, CEO of Reparcar, and all the Movin'On ecosystem to help startups take action to make mobility sustainable. Thank you all listeners and viewers, and now it's time to use the Movin'On networking tool to engage with them.